Hello and welcome to episode 114 of the Low Back Pain Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Grant Elliott with RehabFix online low back program. Today's topic is the biggest mistake that you could be making in your rehab plan that could be the very thing that is holding you back to full activity, pain-free, and those results actually lasting. If you have not joined my private Facebook group yet, you need to do so. It is called RehabFix Low Back Program. And immediately upon joining, you will receive our free step-by-step sciatica guide, one that we have used to help thousands of people across the world recover fully from sciatica. This is literally the same step-by-step process that we take them through during our assessment calls. You can get a clear idea of kind of what's going to help you and what that plan might look like. It is worth thousands, and you will get this for free just by joining the page. And there are other free courses and trainings that I have in there as well. There's tons of information in there. So if you have tons of highly valuable and free information, and you're actually serious about getting better, then you will join my private Facebook group, RehabFix Low Back Program. I'll see you in there. Now, getting to today's episode. The biggest mistake you could be making in your rehab plan. This is something that we hear every single week, and I just needed to make a podcast episode on it. Now, first off, I want to make this very clear. The biggest mistake you could make is getting the wrong advice, right? That's going to be layer one. The biggest mistake is not doing the right things, not having an actual plan, not knowing what to do. That's what almost all of our clients come to us for. Now, some individuals, once they actually have a plan, even if it is the perfect plan, even if it is exactly what they need to be doing, it is perfect for them, it will for sure get them pain-free. The biggest mistake is when they try to go from symptom relief back to full exercise, full activity, full performance. That transition is literally non-existent in pretty much everybody we talk to on a weekly basis. Okay, we talk to like 60, 70 people a week with disc herniation and sciatica. And as of right now, none of them have this transition into their rehab program, whether it's a rehab program that they've developed for themselves or received from a professional, in quotation. They just don't get this. Typical standardized healthcare systems do not have this as part of the curriculum for bulletproofing your spine. It does not exist. How do you get from just being pain-free back to full performance so that you're not constantly trying to get back in the gym or hiking or cycling or doing whatever and then flaring up and you feel like, oh my gosh, I thought that injury was gone. I thought I was done with this thing. And then you're right back to where you started, or at least you feel like you are. And you're stuck in that cycle for weeks, months, or even years. That is the biggest mistake that people make, okay? The second their pain is gone, they think the rehab is done, or they don't have a plan to transition them from their pain-relieving movements and period to full performance. That is the biggest mistake. So, how do we get through that? This is a very general summary that I'm going to provide you, right? Because once again, you listening to this who might need our one-on-one guidance, maybe you're just not ready for that commitment yet, but you should be. And you should reach out for help. Otherwise, you're going to spin your tires for maybe longer than you'd like. But I'm not talking directly to you. I'm talking to many listeners right now. So this is just a general concept, okay? The way we structure our program is that the first half is focused on symptom relief. The first half is focused on restoring your disc obstruction. So getting the disc obstruction gone, getting that disc happy, putting it where it wants to be, right? It's happy where it is. Get those symptoms gone, okay? See full range of motion. And then complete resolve of any type of nerve or sciatica symptoms. That is the first half of our program. The first 3 months are dedicated towards that, removing the underlying dysfunction. About 70% of our clients are pain-free within the first 3 months. Okay, that's the pace that we go at. And then once they're pain-free, whatever methodology helped them get there, right? There's a few main tracks that we take people through. It just depends on our assessment with them. But once we get them through that, then the second half is our return to performance. This can start very gradually with some simple core bracing movements to start to load your core and load your spine. What might that be? It could be regressed dead bug movements. It could be modified planking motions. It could be bird dogs and glute bridges and those types of things. Those could be some initial fundamentals. And even before we do those, we strictly coach belly breathing and diaphragmatic breathing practices to learn how to properly brace your core and create true spine stability before even getting to those. So belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, learn how to properly brace your spine and your core, then start to implement some of these lower end core bracing movements to start to give your spine some form of stimulus and load. There's many different patterns we do within these. And then we will typically transition most of our clients, once again, not everyone, it's not the same for everybody, but we'll start to transition them into then loading their hips. We want to make sure our hips can then support additional spine movement that should come later on. So then we'll start to load their hips. What does that look like? Not your simple clamshells, laying there on the side, whipping your leg up, thinking you're doing something. No, not that. There's many different ways that we can load our hips, okay? Some movements that we like to use will be what we call our knee side plank clamshell. I have these posted on our Instagram. I'll put a link to it in the description box or the show notes to kind of give you an idea for how that looks. But we'll start to load the hips and mobilize the hips. Okay. Once we have proper hip function returned, then we get into loading your spine. Okay. So let me kind of rewind a little bit. Okay. We get the individual pain-free. Then we start teaching them belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing principles. Okay. Learn how to properly stabilize their core. Then we get into our core stability work. Then we get into our hip mobility and loading work. And then we load their spine. So we set your body up with an appropriate foundation to then support spine loading movements, as opposed to so many people when they're just chasing symptomatic relief only and they don't transition this step. The second they're pain-free, they might go, oh, sweet, woke up pain-free today. Time to go squat, time to go deadlift, time to go run, time to go play tennis, time to go to a CrossFit class. That is a recipe for just re-injuring, reflaring, and then feeling super depressed because you feel like you're in the same place. You got to rebuild. Quick interruption. If you're listening to this podcast and you're resonating with the things that I'm saying and you're finally ready to be pain-free and you don't have a plan and you're not sure how to get there and you're just looking for that guidance, then visit the link in the description or the show notes below. You can schedule a free initial call with my team, and we will actually go over your current regimen, go over what you should be doing, what you should not be doing, and how a better plan might potentially show you how to get to that pain-free state that you've been looking for so that you can get this over with and back to living your life. So if you're ready to finally figure this out, then visit the link below, schedule a call with us. Looking forward to helping you. Back to the show. So we start getting to loading their spine. Not just through neutral planes, though. That is where we'll start. But remember, a true recovered spine can move in all ways. Bend forward, bend backwards, rotate to the sides, bend to the sides. Be able to support load in all different positions. So we're not going to get you strong in just one plane. We want to transition through all three planes of motion. Remember, the first main plane of motion is sagittal plane, forwards and backwards, then frontal plane, side to side, and then transverse plane, rotational. Okay? We got to transition through all three of those planes in spine loading fashions to make sure that your low back is strong and resilient in all different ways. Boom, it's crucial. Then once your spine is resilient in all different ways, then we get used to impact again. Start to get your impact back. These can be like just simple squat jumps, single leg lateral jumps, diagonal hops, box jumps, box squats, things like this. These are all impact-based things that will help your spine, help your discs get used to force absorption again. And then we get into squatting and deadlifting again. After we've retrained these patterns, we have our hinging patterns down. We have in-depth squat and deadlift technique chapters, okay? These are the sequences that we take all of our clients through to show them how to transition back to full performance and see exactly how they did it so that they can actually be bulletproof. Not just, oh, sweet, I got an injection yesterday. I feel like my pain's down. I guess I'm good. Let me go run. No, it's going to do nothing. Considering most injections do nothing. Some of our clients have had successful scenarios with injections. And by successful, I mean seeing some pain relief for a couple weeks before it comes back. Those are usually the successful scenarios. Some people worse, some people better. But you got to have a transition. In so many typical standardized healthcare clinics out there, the second you're pain-free, Well, one, they probably don't even know how to get you pain-free. But then two, the second you are, they say bye-bye. Okay, pain's getting reduced. All right, great. See ya. We don't know what else to do. What do? You're in limbo, right? You're in recovery limbo. Am I good? Should I get back into the gym? Should I not? Should I run? Should I not? Should I squat? Should I not? Should I deadlift? Should I not? How do I know how to get back into these things? It's very tough. This is the process that we've developed for our clients. And all throughout the way, you got to also respect load management. Load management is just making sure that you're increasing intensity, loads, and volumes at an appropriate rate, especially as you get back into training. The magic number there is no more than 20% increase in total load per week. That's the magic number there. No more than 20%. Okay? That combined with the methodology that I took you through is a clear route to success. You gotta have a structure so that the day you wake up pain-free, you don't just go, oh, sweet, I'm actually pain-free now. I'm done with my rehab. No, you are not done. When the pain is gone is when the real rehab begins. You are not done when you're pain-free. That is when it truly begins. That is the truth. You gotta have an appropriate path to resolve the root of the issue, and you have to have an appropriate plan to then return to performance. Okay? That has to be there. And the biggest mistake you can make is not having that, because then you just get so frustrated because you feel like you can't get out of this rut. Oh, I flared up, lay around for a few weeks, kind of walk it off. Okay, you feel better. All right, like I think I'm feeling pretty good now. Like I can't just be lazy my whole life. Let me get back in the gym. Oh, flared up again. Restart. Oh, flared up again. Restart. That's going to lead to chronic pain and depression. You don't want that to be your life. You got to have a plan for how to get out of that. It is crucial, and that is the biggest mistake that you can make. And I don't want you to make that. That's why I made this podcast, because we hear this every single week from dozens of people. So take this information, apply it. This is free information that is worth a lot of money if you actually apply it. If you want us to just tell you exactly what it is, we can do that. If you want us to design the plan that fits you and your body and your needs, we can absolutely do that. That's why this podcast is here, to give you value, but also to encourage those who need that helping hand to actually reach out. Visit the link below, schedule a call with us. We'll start this process for you, right? This is exactly what we do for clients around the world, okay? But you got to have this plan intact. This is where the true long-term results lie. This is how to get back to running consistently on a weekly basis, training hard, crushing your leg days again, back into CrossFit, tennis, golf, all these things. And knowing that you can continue doing that for the rest of your life and having a toolbox for what to maintain in your training so that you do not regress and you can keep those changes for life, because that's what you deserve. You deserve long-term relief, because I know you're tired of living in pain. All of our clients are by the time they get to us. Once again, be sure to join my Facebook group, RehabFix Low Back Program, so you can get additional exclusive content and our free sciatica guide immediately upon joining. And you can look at the additional upcoming content that we're created just for individuals in that page. It is a great way for you to join a community of serious, intentional individuals, and you can get to see some of our clients winning as well, so you can get a real idea of what is possible for you. If you are watching this on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you are listening on your favorite podcast platform, please leave a 5-star rating and review so we can grow this podcast and help reach more individuals who deserve to get results, who feel like they're spinning their tires and getting frustrated in doing so. As always, move more, move in nature, move in the sun. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.